and welcome to my very first bump date. I'm so excited to be filming this. Today I am 5 weeks pregnant, and so my baby is the size of a sesame seed. I'm sorry I haven't got back on here to let you guys know how my beta test went, but I've just been so busy and so tired that I haven't got a chance to film it. So to let you know, I had my first beta test done last Friday, and I just did a sneaky one at work, and the levels came back at 200. And then I went to my clinic on Monday for like my proper test, and my levels came back at 558. So they had more than doubled, which was great. And I go back on Monday again for another blood test just to make sure everything's going well, and if it is, I won't need any further blood tests. And they've also booked me in for an ultrasound at 7 weeks, which will be the 7th of August, so in another 2 weeks time. So we're really excited about that. I have quite a bit to update you guys on in terms of symptoms. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. The main thing that I am experiencing at the moment is just being tired. I did have a really stressful week at work last week, so I got called in I think like 3 times overnight, and on the weekend I was pretty much there overnight like all weekend. So in total, like last weekend, I maybe only had 8 to 10 hours sleep, and I've just been so tired, and I know it's because I've done a lot at work, but this is like an all new level of tired that, you know, like I was saying before that I was tired and stuff a lot, and I know why that is. I had a blood test and I'm low in iron, but it's also like this is just on another level of being tired. I get to midday and I'm just exhausted. Most days I've managed to take a nap, which is really nice, and then I'll have a nap and I'll get up and I'll still be able to go to bed and sleep like a good 8 to 10 hours sleep at night. So I'm just feeling super tired. Other than that, I'm waking up quite a lot to do a wee. So I'm waking up 2 to 3 times a night, and throughout the day I am having to go to the toilet a lot more than usual. I'm trying to drink a lot of water, but I think it's more than just me drinking a lot of water. It's just obviously all those hormones that make you need to go to the toilet a lot more often. Those are probably my main 2 symptoms. Otherwise, I've had things come and go. So I've had the odd headache here and there. I've felt queasy a little bit every now and then, but not enough to like impact on my day or anything like that. I had a few days there where I was constipated as well, but I managed to just handle that with diet changes and stuff like that to just get things going again. I did buy a big bottle of pear juice as well, just in case, because I don't think this is going to be the first instance, but I didn't need to use that in the end. So I've got that in the fridge ready to go just in case. What else? My bloating has come back. So my bloating after my egg retrieval and transfer, obviously that was quite a lot of bloating, and that did settle down, and now it's come back again. So it looks like I've got this little pot belly already, which obviously I know that the baby is, like I said, the size of a sesame seed, so it's definitely not baby. So yeah, lots of bloating as well. My cramping and my twinges have settled down quite a lot. I'm no longer on the progesterone gel, the Crinone gel anymore. My nurse didn't really tell me what my progesterone levels are, but she didn't mention them, so I assumed that they were normal, and that if they were low they would put me back on progesterone. So I'm assuming they were normal, so I'm not on that anymore. And since I've stopped that, the cramping hasn't been as much. I still probably daily might get 1 or 2 episodes of cramping, but not like I was getting in the very early days. And I still get the odd twinge down the sides as well. And I find sometimes if I roll over or I move certain ways really quickly, I do get like a pulling sensation on either sides, kind of like my ovaries or something being pulled. But it's not really on one side, so it's on both sides. So at first I was like, oh, if the pain's just on one side, I was a bit worried like about ectopics and that sort of thing, but it seems to be on either side. So it's probably to do with my endometriosis and my scar tissue and stuff. Obviously I have a lot of scar tissue on that left side, but I did have endometriosis removed on my right side as well. So it's probably a bit to do with that, and obviously that whole area has been affected by hormones and that sort of thing. So I'm not too worried about it at all, and it's definitely settled down from what it had been in the first few weeks. Another thing I have noticed is that my skin and my nails have been really nice. So I've probably been wearing makeup about the same amount that I normally would, and normally because of that, because of wearing makeup, I do have breakouts. But at the moment I'm wearing makeup, so you couldn't really tell anyway, but my skin has actually been really nice and clear, and I haven't really had any breakouts or anything, and my nails have felt quite strong as well, and I'm assuming that's probably from all of the vitamins that I've been taking in as well. I'm very interested to see what my hair does this pregnancy, because my hair is super thick. I just had it cut today, so it's actually quite good and it's nice and thin, but I've heard that in pregnancy some women, their hair like gets super thick, and I really don't want that to happen to me, because I already have such thick hair, and I literally probably had a small animal chopped off my head this morning, so I can't really afford any more hair. Or I guess some women go the other way and lose lots of hair, so it would be interesting to see what mine do. Other things that have been happening are my boobs have been sore. Initially, like just after implantation they were sore, and then they settled down, but they're definitely more sore now. They're quite tender, and it kind of goes all the way up into my armpits, and they've definitely grown. I had to go out and buy a few new bras. I just bought I think I've got 3 or 4 now that are like actually fitting me, but I didn't want to buy too many because it's still really early days and I don't know if they're still going to get bigger or not, so I kind of just got to rotate around the few that I do have, and my nipples have been quite sensitive as well. So I was quite surprised by how quickly they changed, so I guess that's hopefully a positive sign for the fact that I'll be able to breastfeed and like they're working, but it just means that, you know, like I'll go to hug someone or I'll go to roll onto my stomach or something at night and they're a bit tender. I have worked out my due date, and my due date is around the 26th of March, based on when egg pickup and transfer and all that was, so that's exciting. I'm yet to go to my GP. I figured that I would go after my 7-week scan, even though my clinic recommended that I go before then, but I honestly don't see any point in going before my 7-week scan, because I would prefer to have that scan and know that everything is good before sending off a referral to the hospital and that sort of thing. And so there's nothing that she's really going to do in the next week, so I'll probably go and see her after my scan and book and get a referral and stuff to go to the hospital that I want to go to. Lastly, I just wanted to thank everyone on here and on Instagram who are following me and who has given me a huge congratulations. I really appreciate it, and thank you. A huge congratulations to Karen as well, who is another YouTuber. I'll leave her channel linked below, but she is, I think, like 3 days ahead of me, and her husband got pregnant using IUI, so it would be very nice for us to follow along our pregnancies very closely together. She's from Ireland, so it'd be really interesting to see how things are managed in different countries as well. From what I know, I think Ireland and like the UK in general are pretty close to what we do in Australia, as opposed to somewhere like America, where I think from what I've seen and that sort of thing, that America do things quite a bit differently to the way that we do in Australia, especially the fact that it's more medicalised, and the fact that they tend to see doctors rather than midwives and that sort of thing. So it'd be really interesting to see the differences in healthcare. So a huge congratulations to her. Thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe down below if you want to see my future bump dates, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!